All right, Mike, what are you working on today?
F12.
Nope, I got a surprise for you. You want to see it?
Of course you do.
We're doing a 720 body kit installation. By we, I mean you.
What's the time frame on this guy?
I said to the audience in the last video, I want to get this done back to back in like 3 days.
What about the F12?
We'll get there.
Is this thing going to SEMA?
Actually, it is.
So we got 2 cars going to SEMA now.
Yeah, this is going to the Nosatech booth. So in this video, I would like to get something done for the audience to get satisfied. The last video was a bit honest with you because there's a problem with the finish.
Yeah, it looks like the bubble wrap got stuck in the clear coat.
Yep. Today we'll do the front end. It looks like it's the easiest. I like saying that because I'm not doing it. The hood's not here yet. We're not replacing the actual door, just this piece here, which is this right there.
Oh yeah, you can see how much wider it is right there. This is flush, and that is like almost 3 inches.
That's what she said. So we have to get the doors off over to King's because Damon wanted to paint it basically black, grayish, carbon looking color. There are pieces that glue onto here as well, somewhere.
In the new kit.
Here's the thing, Mike, come with me for a second. Mike walked in about 2 seconds ago and I grabbed him, don't look, don't look, don't look. But I wanted to get the actual reaction for you guys of this kit. There's the kit. It's crazy, it's super wide. I want to get this done in a few days. There's a few challenges to overcome. We're missing parts. The actual rocker, what do you call this part right here? Is that a rocker? A rear quarter panel?
Rear quarter panel.
Rear quarter?
Yep.
Someone corrected me, called it a rocker once, whatever.
Well, a rocker's on the bottom.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Dad. So the quarter panels were coming, and there's a big section as a surprise element for right here. That's also on the way. So we don't have quarters yet. There's enough work to do in the front for this video today to give the audience an actual visual what the car's gonna look like.
Yeah.
As well as Damon. Damon's so excited. He's pretty bummed about the finish of the car, but I said, don't stress about it. We'll get it taken care of. But I want to give him a really cool photo today and we'll get his reaction on that to see if he likes it or not. And then it is going to SEMA, hopefully. We have a lot of challenges.
A lot of SEMA hopefuls here.
A lot of semen in here. If this doesn't fit, how do you modify it?
I honestly don't even know. You can't really. If you want to keep that carbon look, if you have gaps, you can't fill them in because it'll look different, right? So you'd have to paint like stripes of black or something to cover up. There's no way, right? So you'd have to design a livery around hiding the spots that don't look good. That's not gonna be ideal. Because I'm sure Damon already has a livery designed and it probably has nothing to do with the seams. When you do like a livery over seams, that's like trying to cover up stuff.
Let's get started. I'm excited to see this come together.
So I know that Dave and Damon both have high hopes of this kit just bolting on the car. I've done quite a few body kit installs and the only ones that fit perfectly are the kits that come from Porsche Motorsport or from Lamborghini, from their race team, or someone who's a factory, and it's a factory developed carbon body kit. This looks like it's a pretty good quality kit, but it was all designed off of a scan, and I'm not sure if it's all gonna go together perfectly. Most of the time, some of the bolt holes don't line up, the gaps, just things that aren't perfect. With a full exposed carbon kit, you can't go back, start slotting holes, move stuff around, add some fiberglass or add some carbon fiber and make the seams nice and smooth. You can't do any of that. We can slot holes a little bit to get it to line up. That's about it. And I also don't know how the rest of this is going to fit because, well, one thing is we have a big opening for what looks like a radiator here in the front. On the original 720, there is no hole there. So that's an issue. We got to figure out how to block that section off. The tow hook is coming out from somewhere around here. That's not gonna work. We'd have to cut a huge section out of this area and that would look terrible. So we might have to make a new tow hook for it. That's just gonna add more time. It's not like we can't figure it out. It's just gonna add time to getting this all put together, which means probably not going to get done in a day. I don't know. Pull this stock bumper off, pull the fenders off, and just lay these parts in there, see how they fit. So I'm gonna get started with first to just kind of see what's going on. Ideally, we would put this car on the 2-post lift. That's gonna take some time because we got a lot of stuff in the way. But also if we have to pull the doors off of the car right now to go send them out to get painted of the way that these doors open, we can't put it on the 2-post lift and have any access. We'll put this thing up on jack stands. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain, like crawling underneath the car to get to some of the bolts and stuff down there, but it is what it is. So right now I'm inside of the door panel looking for all the hardware that bolts on this outer section. We gotta remove that one and put on the new carbon fiber part. We need that to line up the rest of the body kit too. So make sure that we get all the gaps right on the fenders. Without the doors being on the car, we won't be able to do that. And since we have to get the doors off and send them to paint, I wanna get this done first, get the fenders lined up. So that way we know everything fits right and then we can send the doors off. Different size hardware in here. Some 10s. I don't know if that's a 13 or a 12. Most European cars use 10s, 13s, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Import cars use 10, 12, 14, and then they go up to 17, and 19, but it looks like this is kind of maybe a mix, because those don't look like 13s. They might be 12s. They might also be 11s. I'm just gonna grab some sockets and figure this out.
I just got the plastics that cover up the outside of the car from the trunk area. I thought this front piece was also gonna separate like how the side ones did. However, it's all one piece, so this whole trunk tub is all one piece. That wouldn't really be a problem normally, but there's 2 tanks, one full of water and one full of meth.
It's the bad kind of meth. Do we really need to take this out?
I could try to take the fenders off first and see if I can access the front bumper. I'm not sure if there's any.
Oh, this panel doesn't come out.
This is all one piece.
This and this?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a lot of unnecessary work. Now we gotta drain everything. There's all of the lines that are connected to them and all this water pump stuff, and it's going through a hole there. Well, the good news is that when we take it out, then we can actually cut that piece and make it fit properly. So if we have to do this again, we won't have to take everything and disassemble the entire deal to get this panel off. Because if we pop it off here, it's gonna make a huge mess just pouring into that and then coming out from wherever there may be holes in the front. Just putting on a body kit turned into rebuilding the front end of the 720. Take everything apart on this car.
All right guys, the calm before the holiday season begins. If you're an online seller like us, you're preparing for the busiest season of the year. And if you do it the old way, it takes a lot of time and energy. Specifically this, hold on. Oh, it's a customer order from our website that only has a phone number. Hi, it's Dave from DD. Yeah, what are you after? Oh, the new Because Race Car hoodie? What size do you need? Let me check my inventory. Yep. Hold on one sec. Oh, you're talking a little bit too fast. Yeah, you want all new stickers? 1 second. Now imagine doing that 10,000 times in one day. In fact, our last drop, we had over 10,000 orders delivered on time, thanks to our sponsor, ShipStation. That's the old way. Forget pen and paper. Welcome to the digital age, ShipStation. Automate all those boring, tedious tasks using one platform, one easy-to-use dashboard that's already integrated with sites you're already using. eBay, Etsy, Shopify, to name a few. It's already there, it does work for you, and it's super simple. Plus, it can save you money. In most cases, 84% off USPS and UPS rates. Save money, so make more profits, you can buy designer luggage. As a top executive here at GDE, I have many tasks. Sir, have a seat in my leather chair if you'd like. There you go. Now, you want to find companies to pair with that make your business easy to scale and better for your customers. That's why 130,000 companies like DDE have trusted ShipStation to help scale their business. And 98% of companies that use ShipStation for just 1 year become customers for life. That's commitment. Far more than I understand. I quit. Starting a business can be very difficult. You need the right partners to help you scale. You found your product, in our case, the most epic merch ever made. Ooh, coming soon. Now, to sell something, make money, you have to sell more than one. If I sold 1 rig, I might make 60 cents. But if I sell 30,000, I might make enough to buy a Lamborghini. You're probably saying, Dave, I don't have $15 million to get started. In fact, Tim, you had that same concern. Let me tell you, Tim sells cat calendars, and he's doing it by hand before. It took him forever. And he said, Dave, I don't have $2 million to get signed up for ShipStation. Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
But what did I say to you?
You said you don't need $2 million.
You don't need $2 million because right now, because I love you guys so much, go to shipstation.com/DDE and get a 60-day trial absolutely free. If you're doing it the old way, stop immediately. I've personally done it, it sucks. And if you want to start a business, it's never a better time than right now to get going. There's so many things you can sell. In fact, right now, Tim, let's start a business. Tim now sells torches online. You want a torch? Go to timstorches.com and your order will be shipped by ShipStation. If you're still watching this, not taking action, start your business right now. Again, change your life, sell something. ShipStation will help make it happen, and right now it's absolutely free. Go to shipstation.com/DDE and get a 60-day trial absolutely free.
Well, I dropped my socket somewhere down here in this very complex door. Trying to retrieve it now. Got it.
So I just took the straps off. I just want to check how the fittings are on the bottom. So it looks like there's AN fittings on the bottom.
From what I remember, when this is plugged in, the pump runs, right? When the ignition's on. So if we unplug one of them in the back and we turn the pump, it might just pump it all out, yeah. Just pop this fitting off. You can get the bucket over here, drain it all out with a pump. Might be the easiest part of this whole body kit spot.
It's out.
This is proving to be a lot more difficult. There is a nut down there, and I think it's the last one. I can barely get my arm to fit in there, like literally jamming my arm in to get it. And whoever put it on used Loctite. They didn't use blue Loctite, they used red Loctite on a 6mm bolt inside of a door panel. Super tight, and the only thing I can really access it with is a little stubby ratchet wrench, but I can barely turn it. It's so tight. I don't know if this is gonna fit in there, but it's worth a shot. Trying to get red Loctite off, the bolt is twice as long as it needs to be. So there's like a lot of thread sticking out past. So it is in a very difficult to reach spot. Oh my God, that's tight. This is ridiculous. Who uses red Loctite on something like this? Oh, ooh, that hurts.
Just taking off the under tray right now. It has to come off for the front bumper to come off anyways, and also I want to see where the lines of the meth tank are going. That way I can drain it and get the tank out of the front tub area.
This is one of the least fun things I've done in a long time. That nut is so tight. Oh, my hand is like jammed up against like the window motor or window regulator or something, like trying to get in there, literally like this, and get that thing loose and trying to put enough pressure on that thing. Dave, I got a job for you. I just need you to take off one nut, Dave. I'm getting very intimate with this 720 door right now. Come on. We're at the end now. Oh, I got it.
Ooh, the culprit.
Whew. All right, let's see if this thing comes off now. Timing.
Can you strip it off?
I don't know what's holding it.
I think it's glued on, isn't it?
Can't tell. It's like I got all these bolts out of the bottom, but maybe it's still the tape. Oh no, there's a bolt there. I think I feel the nut.
Ooh. Wait, I see something. Is that? Oh, there is a screw there. I guess the meth tank's gonna have to come out before this comes out. Now that all that's left is in this tub is the meth tank, but I want to drain it before I take this out. Lines are super tiny, so to drain it through there might take a while.
Here's a connection back here. It's just jammed in. Really striking out today. It's not coming apart easily. Well, that's how you unbolt the tray.
So it was accessible, Mark.
Yeah.
Just not with
the tanks. So that's what's under there.
a hole.
Whole lot of nothing.
At least it smells good under here because of little trees. Moroccan mint tea.
I am taking out the wheel liner. I need to see if there's any hardware that's holding the front edge of the fender and bumper together. I don't want to just pull the front bumper off and then break any tabs. If for some reason we do need to put this body kit back on, then we have the option. Also, you know, when I was taking out the meth tank, I was like, I think Mike got the easier job. But hearing that, I think I got the easier job. So I'm glad I'm doing this instead.
Oh, dude, it's like an hour to take off this one piece. I don't know why they're washers on this side of it, but whatever, it's off. I only have one more to remove, 2 more to install. The 2 that are going to be installed do not have any hardware in them because, well, this one has the studs. The new stuff does not have any studs in it. It has no nut surfs in it. So that's another problem we're gonna have to figure out. All right, so this is the replacement side. How it fits. It's looking like it might be a problem there. Check this out. So this is pretty lined up, but look at the gap here between where the old one went up to. You can see like the dirt and stuff, and this one is quite a bit lower, and it kind of comes back to fit decently back here, but then it just kind of spreads apart over there. I'm gonna try trying to figure out how this all goes together. Very interesting design from McLaren. They're like a bunch of little small brackets rather than one kind of bigger bracket that holds everything on. So there's just tons of little pieces. And it looks like there's actually bolts underneath behind the headlight. So I think we have to take the headlights out the back, then we can get to that, I think. Okay.
Well, we needed to take that out anyways.
Oh, that's expensive. Don't drop that. So far, Mike, what are your thoughts on working on a McLaren 720S bodywork?
I wanted a McLaren before I worked on this car.
Really?
Yeah. But now, I'm still very much a Porsche guy.
Porsches are amazing. For a little while, I'm not sure if it made the channel, I bought a 2012 Cayenne with high mileage on it. That fit and finish was amazing. That thing drove super nice. The interior quality was like the best.
Yeah, it's not only that, it's
not only that.
From my perspective, the whole design and engineering behind it, like when you start working on it, at first it's like overwhelming, but you start taking some panels off and it's like, wow, they really thought this through. Where this car feels like, oh yeah, we should do that too. Oh wait, oh wait, that headlight's vibrating. Let's add another bracket. Let's add. I mean, I'm sure it's to try to save a little bit of weight.
I'm very excited to see this front end on this car. It's gonna look cool.
It is. We have some fitment issues already. My arms don't fit in the doors.
Oh shh.
Let's get this thing out.
Yeah! Ooh, 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 ooh.
Hang on. Yep. There's more.
It's made it hanging on.
There's always more.
Okay, that wire is connected now. Okay.
Wow. That paint is so cool.
The difference in the color is insane. It was actually pink before and now it is orange.
And this bumper is in okay shape, right? We can sell this?
It's a factory bumper with some Porsche.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's big money. I bet you this bumper would sell for real money. Should I make a listing on Marketplace right now of some McLaren parts?
Forsteiner front end.
I bet you that front end's, the Forsteiner piece is probably like 10 G's. Their stuff's really good though. Like you realize when you pay.
Yeah.
Difference in quality. Oh, look at this. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, that's not the spot. Oh, no, that's not the spot. That's the spot. My bad. We're gonna have to do some hole slotting here. This is where it gets really difficult. Because everything moves, you can't just go like, okay, that's where it needs to be in market, because this is all moving around. So we literally have to bolt the entire front end together. So we will bolt the fenders to the front bumper and have everything lined up, and then we'll set all this on here, and then we'll figure out what we have to do here. We have to make sure that the gaps for the hood are good too. Originally, my plan was to take the factory door extensions off and bolt the new ones on, and that will help us line up the fenders. But because that aftermarket door extension piece doesn't line up perfectly on the door, we're actually gonna leave that for later. So we're gonna have to bolt all these pieces together, kind of fit it on the front of the car here, and then line up the fenders with the hood, line up the fenders with the top of the doors that are not going to be replaced. So we'll get that lined up as best as we can. Then we'll go back in with the door extensions and try to line those up and get that fitted properly. Yeah, we're gonna have to make new brackets. Really? Look at that bracket where it used to be the edge of the fender. Yeah, so we'll probably unbolt those brackets and get them out of the way because it looks like it's making contact. And then we'll bolt the fenders onto this. We'll try to get these 3 pieces bolted together and fit, and then see what we need to do. This looks pretty good here. It's not that far off. It looks pretty close, so that'll come together pretty well, I think. There's something.
2-day build just turned into 3 weeks.
All right, so we are just lining up the driver's side fender with the front bumper to see where we're gonna mount.
There's a flange where we can bolt it together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get all this to line up first, because there's a bunch of holes that aren't lined up here. This one has a lot more angle down. That's
this
going
side's
out.
pushing out as well. The radius is not.
Yeah, it's not the same. And this line is off here, so this needs to go back like that.
My understanding is the first step we're gonna do is put the front bumper on. Sounds like it's not gonna be as easy as I hoped. Might have to build some brackets for sure.
Some of these brackets are gonna line up on the inside, but the brackets that were coming off of here to mount the edge of the fender and stuff, those are definitely not gonna work because this is so much wider. So instead of the bodywork kind of ending here, it is now like over here. It's crazy, the difference.
Well, it's gonna look really good. You're gonna join us, stay tuned for all the action. Like I said in this video, we wanna get the front end mocked up at least, figure out doors removed, painted. By the way, this car is sold. We didn't lie to you guys, we're waiting for the AC. It has to go and get filled. But we made a small mistake by having that car right there and this car here. This car can't leave till that car is rolling again. Then this goes back to Canada and Augs will export it to the Philippines.
That's a puzzling look on your face right now.
I'm just trying to figure out why some are slotted and some have holes. The way that the factory bumper lined up, it actually has tabs, but they're not removable. So it's not like we can, you know, sometimes the car will have a plastic front bumper and then it'll have a return edge, and on the back it'll have a piece of metal with some tabs sticking out, like with rivets.
Yeah.
Drill them off, you pop it on the new one. But this is all one piece.
No, it's not. It comes off.
Yeah, but this won't go on because the other one has a big return.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a different shape too.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. The F12 now is going to be a little bit delayed. We need to have 2 Mike Essas.
I think we do need to hire another mechanic. we have a lot of projects and we have ideas for a lot.
We have the Bentley coming. Ideally, stay tuned on that one, you guys.
Yep.
We have Damon's secret build.
Yeah.
Damon also wants to buy 2 new race cars. We'll talk about that later.
I only have 2 hands.
Where the hell's Tim?
My other 2 hands are on a trip, going to get some stuff. All right, Tim's back with all of our 6mm bolts. So we're ready to fit this thing up and see if we can get this thing on the car. So we are currently trying to decide the best route of attack here to get this fender and bumper to line up better. So we've got this lined up about as best as we can. This edge needs to be flat because that's where the hood goes. So we can't push it in that way anymore, but we've got a pretty big fitment issue over here. The thickness of the wrench off, so maybe 3-4 millimeters, and we can't really do anything about that. This one is pretty flat here, and this kind of sticks out a little bit. Now there is a bump here that we can sand down and get this to close a little bit, and that'll look better. But other than that, we can't really get this, like this corner will not flex. There's this layer, then this layer, and then a top layer. So that is a very strong point there, and we cannot get that to flex. The same thing on the fender. And if we did cut out material back there to get it to flex, and then it would crack, it would look terrible. It's not terrible, but it's not perfect. We are opening up these slots because there's like maybe a 4 to 5mm slot, but we're using 6mm hardware. So we're just gonna open those up a little bit, give us a little bit of wiggle room. We're gonna use washers on both sides, and that'll help clamp everything together. So we're able to have some bigger slots where we can get everything to move around slightly so we can get it all to line up as the best as we can. Normally I would put this on there with clamps and just drill one hole exactly where it needs to be. But since they already have holes in it, we're just gonna open those holes up and try to get it to fit the best that we can.
A little bit extra material on this side. There's a gap that looks like this could fit in, but it definitely needs a little bit of body work.
But this, I mean, we just need to get this lined up to start with.
There.
All right, that hole lines up. All right, front end is bolted together. Let's see how it fits on the car. Moment of truth.
It's here.
Hey, it fits! Hey, we're done.
Look how wide this thing is! Holy Damon Fryer, you piece of shit.
I can't see it yet. I want to put the bolts in here. I don't want this thing to fall off the car.
Mount it, Mike.
Their holes don't line up for one, but check this out. It's like this hole is drilled at the edge, so you can't put a bolt in there. You can't even put an Allen. So we have to basically slot them out.
That's the factory.
Yeah, it's a factory one. So it would need to be at minimum right there. I'll have to do some hole slotting carefully.
Or you take a bolt like that, right? Take a grinder, grind it square on each side, put it down, and put a bolt at the bottom of it.
You could do a button head Allen without the washer, and then do a washer with the slots like that. Because we do need some room still, like for adjustment.
How's the fitment so far?
It's okay. That's like the bolted together gap. But then like this is high here and this is low here.
So we're wrapping it camo.
Yep. We'll wrap it bubble wrap.
Carbon wrap?
Carbon bubble wrap.
Carbon wrap it. Down.
This will bolt on to the door here. This
will connect.
I don't know if it
doesn't look like it.
I think it kind of like ducks down.
Oh.
So there still is like a groove.
So this is glue, this is just glue on then.
It must, yeah.
Look at how wide this is now. Like, it's a lot wider. So it's gonna look crazy.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so mean.
There's some P1 vibes to it, doesn't it?
That's for sure.
I'm not sure how it all came together, but I know Damon had a lot of ideas, went back and forth for literally weeks to find that design, which makes this pretty cool, the fact that he actually came up with the vision, which is what Damon's really good at.
I think that the splitter lower portion is hitting a radiator duct right now. Yeah, so I have to do some trimming. There aren't any, oh, I can kind of see
a line here of where it's supposed to go.
It looks like a race car. Do you guys like the direction of very much race car-esque builds on the channel? Pretty much since day one, Damon's always loved the idea of a race car on the street, but now we're really taking that to new levels, especially with the 720. This, in my opinion, would be the craziest car I've had on the channel. Wait to see what the livery is. Damon has something in design he won't even show me. Been doing it for literally months, and he'll obsess over every single detail. What do you guys think at home? So, it's not what we thought it would be. I kid you not, I thought we would do this in 3 days. I can tell right now, based on the conversations and not being a fabricator, this car needs to go to the back room. And this is a whole beast. You're gonna have to make a bunch of brackets, but you mentioned there's a cooling issue?
We've got 3 very large radiator ducts right now. I've never worked on a McLaren before, but I've also never even seen up close the GT3 race car. So I don't know if these ducts in the front were designed after a race car. I know that kit that was on the car before, like in the hood, it has some ducting that's not actually functional. So I wonder if the race car has that, but it's actually cut out and functional, and there is a 3rd radiator. So if there was a 3rd radiator with a duct, then the air would go in through the front and up and over the car. There's a lot of work to put this together. If everything was drilled spot on, it would go together quicker.
I don't know at this point it's even worth wet sanding and respraying it if it's not gonna fit together perfectly. Yeah. You gotta remember, when Pagani does an exposed carbon car coating egg, it costs like $1 million. There's a reason, because they're f***ing perfect. Yep. And if they don't get it right, they start from scratch and they throw it in the garbage. You wanna move this to the back and make it like a bay for it to turn into actual project cars out of the way, because we can't stay here for the next 3 weeks.
Or maybe we call the guys at King's.
I had to put the kit on?
Yeah. I mean, that's a body shop kind of a thing. They're used to doing that kind of work. That's like an art form. These guys do it all the time and they get really good at it.
Hello.
Hey, it's Dave from DDE. How are you?
What's up, Dave? How are you?
Good. I was just sitting here talking about how much I love BMWs. Probably the best car ever built. Wouldn't you agree?
Of course.
Is that your favorite brand?
I mean, since we race BMW, that's why.
I'm just trying to suck up right now. Hey, listen, we have the 720 full carbon body kit. We need your help with your opinion. Is there any chance you could pop by our shop and have a look at this? It's already in, car's already in pieces. Hey, the whole crew here. Hey guys, how are you?
How are you?
How you doing, Mike?
So we have a small project that we're trying to figure out what to do with.
We got a kit that kind of fits, but obviously it is all clear coated carbon, and we wanted to stay carbon. So obviously there's gonna be some issues that we can't fix. You guys are the expert on bodywork. I am not. So I wanted to get some,
How about this?
there's a panel that goes in here. I think it's actually,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So there's a lot of pieces that all fit together. Pull this side off here. And this doesn't fit exactly, but it's on the back side. Like that's not terrible there, but right here is what is like a big gap, right?
We're having like here. So,
Well, you already know what happened.
So, can you guess what happened?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So what happened? What went wrong there?
So clear coat, it was too fresh.
Yep.
The clear coat was too fresh.
Or they
And
didn't put
it's gonna
enough.
take almost 30 days to get 100% cure.
30 days.
Yeah, so we never use anything with the plastic or clear raw or ceramic coating. So either we use like paper or we use something else that's not gonna get stick to it.
Yeah.
So how do we fix that?
I mean, we can fix it.
Sand it.
It's a trick. For
Oh, okay.
Can't give our secret out.
So I was gonna get Mike to install this kit.
Yeah.
What are the odds that you can do this for us?
How we could do it, that's no problem.
And the bigger question is, when can you do it? I want to get this car done in 3 days. That's not going to happen on our side because I was told to be a bolt-on kit. Bolted on, good to go. See you later. Have fun. This
mean,
car has to go to Canada and
It can be
inspect
done in 3 days, but the problem is you have a fitment.
There's a new hood coming. It's not here yet.
I know, but I understand, but you see the fitments?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Maybe the new hood fits perfectly.
There we go. Okay, we'll see that.
So obviously it's just sitting here, but also the way that they put these holes, they're all the way up against the lip. So these have to be slotted. You know, there's a lot of things that need to be adjusted. So they built the kit off of a scan, but they never put it on a car.
So you guys be the first.
This is a one-of-one kit. It was built for this car.
One-off, custom.
Damn. molds, everything.
Yeah, there's the rest of it. It's gonna be the kit's crazy. Like it's super wide. It's the only one. This car's gonna get a ton of attention. I was told it's bolt on, so I said to Mike, I leave Wednesday. We'll start Monday. We'll get it done by Wednesday. And Mike's like, I still have to build the F12 to finish the 550. Plus we have like 5 more builds on the horizon.
Well,
we'll talk.
Throwing these projects at me like, hey, can we just put this body kit on real quick? Can you put the AC back in the 550 real quick?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna hire some more help. Mechanic probably, fabricator, fluffer.
Yep, of course.
Gonna stay hard.
Well, when it comes to body work, you're in good hands.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
We're the best, of course.
King's Auto Body here in Huntington Beach is the #1 on the planet, reviewed by me personally.
Appreciate it.
You heard it here first. So I guess on the real, no pressure the camera watching, how soon could you take this on?
We can take it tomorrow, but I don't know how long it's gonna take.
Before we do anything, Mike, I need you to officially hold this, and I need you to throw in the towel on the 720. You heard it first, you guys. Mike throws in the towel and walks away on the 720 GTO.
My hands are, well, I have to touch the car to load it. But after that, going to King's, because those guys know what they're doing with the bodywork.
We have to take it tomorrow morning so we could start finishing.